Hi, I'm Rocha.
And I'm Sinofsky.
And you're watching the Vision News Network. Belmont University started off the semester with an announcement that rocked the student body.
At a special event, President Greg Jones announced that Dolly Parton's new musical would be premiering at Belmont's own Fisher Center.
Well, Bruins, we've got a big announcement here today as Dolly Parton has come to Belmont to announce the world premiere of her musical here at the Fisher Center from July to August. Let's hear from Dolly Parton herself, as well as the director of the show and a few others.
It seemed natural and right for me to be able to premiere the story of my life in Tennessee, because I'm Tennessee born and Tennessee raised.
Dolly, an original musical, was written by Dolly Parton herself, alongside co-writer Maria Schlater. The musical focuses on the entire story of Dolly's life, from childhood to now, and will premiere on Broadway in 2026. The musical contains classic Dolly Parton songs, as well as new music written by Dolly. Director Bartlett Sher talks about the importance of sharing Dolly's story as a musical.
And you just enter into this extraordinary conversation with this music, with this incredible story, and you begin to build, with audiences helping you, an experience of this extraordinary story and kind of our own story as Americans, being a part of Dolly's life, etc. And I think the theater, particularly now, is a great place to hear this story. For people to come into a room together, just like we are now, to be sitting around together and hearing her story and sharing it together.
And additionally, there will also be a partnership with CTK Enterprises for a Dolly U program, which will have 3 new classes and many other opportunities for Belmont students.
Alongside the story merchandising course, we're offering 3 additional courses this spring. Dolly Parton, Icon and Influence, taught by Dean Brittany Schaefer and Caroline Rupert, with keynote moments of creating American icon, and interviews with many of Dolly's team who are here with us today. In addition, integrated marketing and communications with Dr. Laura Harding to examine promotion and marketing from all angles: digital marketing, direct sales, promotion, and public relations and communication strategies. And finally, partnership marketing and music with John Zarling and Jackie Campbell will examine the principles and strategies of partnership marketing, sponsorship, and business development.
This program will also include a group of Dolly U Fellows who will work closely with the CTK team during the production of the musical and premiere. The pilot program started with 15 students and now has over 100 students working with the Dolly brand. There's more to come as the fellowship program will continue through the summer. Tickets for Dolly Parton's musical world premiere here at the Fisher Center is officially on sale. For VNN, I'm Rocha. Until next time.
I'm so excited for the Dolly U program for students and the premiere of Dolly's new musical. I can't wait to see who plays Dolly.
And Belmont has its very own stars too.
We talked to Ava Kolker, a child star in Disney Channel, and Belmont University freshman.
From Disney to Music City, childhood actress Ava Kolker is a testament to pursuing her dreams. Ava Kolker started acting at just 4 years old, booking her first role in American Horror Story. She drew inspiration from her older sisters, and ultimately, it was her family that supported her in her acting.
It was actually not at all purposefully. My older sisters were super interested in acting, so they got into it, and I happened to be with them on the day they got their headshots taken, and the manager was like, "Hey, we can take some of her too, like 4 is the perfect age to start." And my parents were kind of like, okay. I mean, I at that point had already been talking about acting a lot. My parents kind of just took the opportunity, and then I booked my first audition on American Horror Story, and then I did a movie called Scary Movie 5 as Ashley Tisdale's daughter, and then I did a movie as Kate Beckinsale's daughter, and then with alongside Katie Holmes, and then I got on Girl Meets World.
Even with the support from her family, Ava's castmates quickly became her family too. After starring alongside well-known actresses such as Sabrina Carpenter, she was able to make a community in her workplace.
I think it's every kid's dream to be on a Disney show, but also just like the family we had on set and the unit that we built. You know, I still am so close with so much of the cast, and we're just like kind of family for life now.
Although starting off as a TV actress for Disney, Ava also found a passion for musical theater and later songwriting.
I started doing musical theater when I was 6. And then I started making original music when I was 12. So I've always kind of like sung for fun because I've always loved it. And then I started writing original music because my dad, one of his best friends, is like this incredible composer and producer, and we wrote like 4 songs together, and then from there it just kind of sprouted. So for me, it's always been an amazing balance of like being on set all day as somebody else, and then like getting into the studio and like releasing everything like from your personal being.
Drawing from her experience, Ava offers advice by highlighting the different skill sets that set her apart from other people and helped her book jobs.
Find things that make you different from everybody else. So for me, it was always building my skill sets. Like, I can sing, I can dance pretty well if I needed to. I have a black belt in martial arts. I play almost every sport. I'm learning how to play guitar and piano. Whatever it is that can make you different and make you stand out, really tap into that and really work on that, because when the right role comes your way, that's gonna set you above everybody else.
Eventually finding her way to Belmont, she arrived as a freshman this past fall. She explains that through the adjustment from a childhood career in the television world to working as an adult in the industry, she also faces the academic transition into college.
I think studying at Belmont has influenced me in like every way possible. I think being around music constantly makes me want to like go home and make music, but also just being around creative people. So whenever I hang out with people, like we bounce ideas off of each other. And then also I'm having these incredible connections with my professors. You know, I'm a motion pictures production major, so I'm studying film behind the camera, and I just already have all these ideas I want to like talk to my professors about, and I even want to start directing my own music videos.
Looking ahead, Ava seeks to book more TV jobs, continue making music, and further her education at Belmont to eventually direct and star in her own short film. Ava Kolker's story is more than just an acting success. It's a testament that if you put yourself out there, you are destined to have doors open for you. For VNN, I'm Emily Garver. Best wishes, Bruins.
Such a great story. It really speaks to the variety of students on campus.
And you never know who you'll be sitting next to in one of your classes.
Or who your random roommate might be.
As students create new connections, Belmont's residence halls are forging new identities with the renaming of 3 residence halls on campus.
VNN's Emily Garver covered the renaming ceremony during homecoming.
3 residence halls were dedicated in an official ceremony in the Beeman Student Life Center on Saturday. Tall Hall, Caldwell 1, and Caldwell 2 were renamed to honor distinguished alumni who have helped shape the Belmont community and honor the work they have done to better the university.
Each of whom and all of whom have helped to shape the university into the institution that it is today.
Tall Hall will be renamed Jack Benz Hall to honor a student athlete and longtime Board of Trustees member.
Belmont has been a great place for us to honor and to be part of, and we're very appreciative of this honor.
Caldwell 1 will be renamed Fannie Hewlett Hall to honor the first African-American graduate of Belmont who went on to become an educational leader across the state of Tennessee.
My greatest hope is that somehow I can become a role model and an inspiration for the students who are going to come after me.
Caldwell 2 opens in the fall of 2025 and will be named Betty Wiseman Hall to honor the founder of the Belmont women's basketball team and sports ministry program.
Betty Wiseman Hall is the icing on the cake of a career and a life well spent at Belmont University, my home.
The Beeman was full of friends and family celebrating their loved ones' acknowledgement from Belmont. These 3 individuals have made a profound impact on the Belmont community, and their names are a reminder of the ongoing Belmont legacy. For VNN, I'm Emily Garver. Best wishes, Bruins.
Amazing to see some of these Belmont legends get cemented literally on campus.
A well-earned honor for groundbreaking Bruins.
And breaking ground into a new season was Belmont's spring sports teams.
I got to chat with some of the head coaches and players of each of our spring sports teams before the season started.
From clay courts to baseball diamonds, from golf greens to softball fields, Belmont's spring sports programs are more than just teams. They're a collection of students and mentors looking to reach new heights, and of course, the Missouri Valley Conference Tournament. I'm here at the Crockett Center to preview Belmont's spring sports teams. Let's start off with our men's and women's tennis teams who are already competing in full swing. Head coach Jeff Serra works to keep the team driven and competitive both on and off the court.
Some of the things that we have found as kind of important pillars to this team are going to be being a really, really hungry group, practicing really, really well, being very competitive.
A player's perspective can always add depth to a coach's insights. We've got Captain Diego Castro ready to share his thoughts on his final season as a Bruin.
I'm glad of everything I've been through here at Belmont, and I think this last season is going to be about enjoying with the guys and making sure they have the best time too.
For women's tennis head coach Ellie Berger, this is her first season at Belmont. She's been working hard to keep the same competitiveness for the team, but in a different way.
I think establishing my own culture is something that, the girls have really adapted, more process-based, gritty, kind of like the underdog mentality. So I think building that this semester, seeing how they compete in that way during duels, and then moving into the next foreseeable future.
Moving over to the softball field, head coach Laura Matthews is ready to start her season with a loaded roster.
I think we've got some new phases, but I think this is the most veteran we've ever been. So we have a lot of experience on our roster, and we've got some new faces that are going to be able to push us further. So I think we've got a really, really deep team.
As for baseball head coach Dave Jarvis, he is ready to use the games against Power 5 teams to prepare his team for conference play.
The early part of the season is going to be set up in a manner to try to create as good a record as we possibly can, but also playing as tough a competition as we possibly can as well, too.
And finishing out our spring sports is the men's and women's golf teams. Let's hear from men's head coach Daniel DeLuca, who for the first time in his coaching career has seen more new players than returners.
I think all 7 of our guys are working extremely hard and have definitely grown since the start of the year. I'm just thrilled with how the new guys have come in and embraced our culture and our program, but also the returners. Our 3 guys that have come back, have really stepped into roles that are brand new to them.
Turning to the women's head coach, Olivia Jordan, she is readying her team for any spring weather that may come its way.
Something we could definitely work on is kind of handling adversity a little better. Just with weather, especially playing conference in St. Louis, weather definitely plays a factor. Just kind of practicing in different conditions.
Spring's always hard to get started, especially with like the snow and ice and greens being covered. It's hard to get started with an outdoor sport. So she's been very motivating, like keeping us going in the indoor and what we've been doing in the weight room and that type of thing. So definitely makes us very excited for the spring season and to get outside and start playing regularly.
Each team represents a different path, but they all share the same destination of coming home with the MVC Championship trophy. For VNN, I'm Kat Rocha. Until next time.
It's going to be a tough season for some of these teams taking on some fierce competition.
And athletes aren't the only ones on campus with a competitive spirit.
Belmont songwriters are facing a new playing field as social media transforms the music industry.
For as long as it has existed, social media has had a relationship with pop culture and specifically music. Over time, this dynamic has changed and shifted, but as long as social media has been a part of the way that culture is communicated, it will always have a connected relationship with music. But what about the perspective of the songwriter? We spoke to a variety of songwriters to see how they felt about social media's effect on their process, as well as experts in the field to get insight into how social media should be approached and understood.
Social media cannot really engage deeply without having a conversation of musical products, music industry products, and vice versa.
I think social media affects my creative process sometimes. At times it can kind of distract you if you're writing or performing.
Music has always been linked with trends. The internet amplified this connection.
Social media definitely affects my creative process just because I feel like since I've started posting my original music on TikTok, and especially since it's been getting more attention, I feel more of a drive to kind of write more songs quicker.
To this day, TikTok is home to artists, undiscovered and known, posting their music in the hopes that they become the next hit.
You just need a camera, like your phone really, just your phone, and social media, and you can get it to thousands or millions or billions of people.
For VNN, I am Brock Giesenslaw.
Well, Bruins, that's going to be all from us.
Thank you for watching VNN's mid-semester broadcast.
To close out this broadcast, we have a teaser for a special edition of the Bruin Report highlighting Belmont's basketball teams heading into the Missouri Valley Conference Tournament.
Make sure to go check out the full version on our YouTube. We hope you all have a fun and safe spring break, and we'll see you at the end of the semester.
But before you go, don't forget to visit BelmontVision.com to stay up to date with all the campus news.
Until next time, I'm Kat Rocha.
And I'm Matt Sinofsky. See you next time, Bruins.
Well, Bruins, we are back for a special edition of the Bruin Report. I'm Kat Rocha.
And I'm Matt Sinofsky. We're here to chat about the men's and women's teams heading into the Missouri Valley Conference Tournament. What are some of the adjustments that you guys have made in season to some of the tough teams that you've played in the Missouri Valley Conference?
And so you kind of mentioned it at the beginning, but what would you say are maybe 2 big impactful players for the men's team right now this season?
Well, right now, it's got to be Jonathan Pierre. He is the team's leading player on both sides of the ball. He has 14 points per game, which leads the team, and also leading the team with 180 rebounds. But a team is nothing without its seniors anchoring, so Isaiah Walker, he's one of the most loyal and recognizable Belmont faces on the court. So what about the women's team? How are they looking heading into Evansville?
Well, as of right now, they are tied for 4th place with Illinois State, but they have won 10 straight games before losing to Northern Iowa early in February, and then we're on a 4-game losing streak following that game. So they have kind of been doing very well throughout the season, but then they had that hiccup right at the end of February. And of course, we cannot forget sophomore Jalen Banks, who has also been a star player since day one, where she started the team as a freshman. And she earned MVC Freshman of the Week 6 times last season, and she also ended up earning MVC Freshman of the Year last year.
The team is currently tied for 4th in the MVC. What are you and the team going to be focusing on going into the rest of the games before the conference tournament?
Well, Bruins, that's going to be all from us.
Until next time, I'm Kat Rocha.
And I'm Matt Sinofsky.